Hi guys, welcome to my space, welcome to my channel where I'm going to be teaching you how to create amazing designs with your smartphone. So in today's video, I'm going to be taking you through the PixelLab interface. PixelLab is an app where you can create amazing graphics with your smartphone. It's only for Android users. In subsequent videos, we'll see other apps that work for this as well. So we're going to be dividing this into 3 parts. Let me just draw here so you'd understand better. So here, which is the topmost part, here, which is the canvas, and here, which is the bottom part. So I'm going to be explaining every single icon on each of these parts. So let's get right into it. So we're going to be starting from the bottom part and then work our way through to the top. So we're going to be starting from here and then subsequently move to the topmost part. So let's start from my project. In my project, you can save your work after you're done with the design. It helps you to not lose progress. First thing you see is the default page. If you open PixelLab for the first time, you would see this as the default page, and then there are other templates that you can use as well to create a design. Other templates that are inbuilt that you can use to create a design, but I'm just going to stick with the white one for the purpose of this video. So moving on to this part where you see an A, a capital letter A. This part is to edit anything that involves text. So if you click on it, the first thing you see is to add a text. Let's just write something here. Create. Let's just write create. So you've added a new text to your canvas. You can work on this text in several different ways. For example, you can add styles, inbuilt styles that are in the app already. You can delete the text, copy, bring it to the front of an image, take it to the back position. Just work on the text and manipulate it any way you want. Increase the size, change the color. You can add a texture. A texture is you'd import an image into the text. For example, let's use something very quickly. Let's say this rainbow now. So you can add a texture into the text. You see what I just did? So you can reduce the opacity, rotate, mask. To mask the text, that means you'd have to cut out a part of it. So let's just undo that. You can change the font. In another video, I will be showing you how to import fonts into PixelLab. These are some of my fonts. So these are the default fonts. So you can stick to the default fonts, but you'd like to upgrade and add other fonts into the app. So you can change the style, you can bolden it, make it italicized, underline, etc. You can curve the text as well. One thing I like about PixelLab is the flexibility of the app. You can do amazing things with it. You're not limited to anything. So you can add a background to it. You can align it. If this was a word or a sentence, you can align the text. You can make it center aligned or left aligned or right aligned, depending on how you're creating the design. You can space the letters or the words. If this is a sentence, right, you can space the words and the letters. You can space the line. For example, let's just give an example of that. If we edit this text, create more magic. It's just an example. Okay, so these are 3 words. We'd have to remove this curve. Okay, so just watch closely. In line spacing, right? If you are spacing the line, the words are shifting from each other or shifting closer to each other. So that's what there is about line spacing. So let's just go back. So you can add a stroke. Add a stroke to the text. Basically, you can do amazing things with this text. You can add inner shadow as well. Inner shadow shows that the shadow is inside the text. If you can watch closely, you see that the blue is darkening at the corners. Yeah, so that's inner shadow at play. You can change the perspective. Yes, so this is how you change the perspective. Just enable it and manipulate the text any way you want. So you can make it a 3D text as well. Add a 3D shadow and the likes. That's everything to know about text. When you download the app, you can just navigate it and play around with every single thing here. So we're going to be moving to the next one. Let's delete that, which is here, this middle part. So you know how I said everything for this letter A is for text, whereas everything here is for pictures and shapes. Pictures and shapes. So we're going to be starting with the first one, which is stickers. So they are inbuilt stickers, right, in the PixelLab interface. So you have this, amazing things that you can use in your design. There are stickers that you can use in your design. They also have emojis as well that you can use in your design. After that, you see import. If you click on import, you can import an image from your gallery. So let's just use this image now. For example, let's use this guy. So when you import it, you can edit it however you like. From here, you can change the dimension, rotate it and crop it as well. So let's just click on it as it is. So I'm using this to explain when you import an image into the app. So you can reselect, you can delete, you can crop, which is what we just did. Yes, you can crop, you can copy. This copy duplicates the image. So if you click on it now, you'd have 2 of the same image. Right? So let's just delete one and work with one. So you can take it to front and to back. I would explain this better when we're talking about layers. So you can change the position, right? Change the position, that's move it up, down, up or down. Change the relative position. This relative position takes it to the farthest end, to the middle, to the top. It takes it to different angles of the canvas. So for example, if you say the middle, to take it to the middle, to the end, to take it to the end, to the top, to take it to the top, to the bottom, just like that. All right, so the relative size, you can either do this here or with this knob right here. With this knob here, you can increase the size here or with the relative size. Either one works. So I can simply drag it like this and the size is increased, or I can increase the size from here by increasing the width and the height. Do you understand? So that is how you can increase the size. So you can change the color. When it comes to color, you don't just click on color and change the color of the image. It won't work like that. If we click on color now, let's see what happens. Let's enable it. See, the entire image color changes. right? So it won't work like that unless you want to use the shape of the image. For example, the shape of this man's head and his body. Unless you want to use it like that without his face showing, that's when this comes into play. But if you want to change maybe his the color of his cloth or the color of his skin, you don't use color like that. You can also change the texture, but because this is an image of a man, let's just see what will happen using that same rainbow image. So we add a texture, click on the rainbow. See, this is what happens, and the image doesn't look too pretty like this. So that's all about texture. You can reduce the opacity as well. The same things that you can do in a text, the same thing you can do in an image. But how do you change the color of this image? For example, it's in color filters, which is this over here. You can change the hue, the saturation. You can edit this image, basically increase the brightness or reduce it depending on the design that you're making, right? This comes very handy. So you can add a stroke to the image, erase some parts. In this eraser tool, you can erase the parts that you don't want. Let's just increase these parts and see. You can erase that, and that's how the image will look like. So let's go back. So you can also mask the image. Same thing that is in the letters is in the image. So you can erase color. Let's choose a dominant color here because the default erase color is white. So if we say green now, for example, we picked a color green. This is how it will look like. Although it doesn't look too pretty right now, but if you use it in other prompts, other examples, it really works very well. So you can rotate, 3D rotate as well, 3D shape, perspective, basically the same things. Add a shadow, inner shadow, emboss, So let's move to the next one, which is over here. So let's delete this image and move to the next one. This one is for the background. Anything that has to do with the background of the image, this comes into play. So if you remember, I said this one is for anything text, this one is for anything image or shapes, this one is for anything background. I hope you're following. If you want to change the color of your background, you just click on color. You can also add a gradient as well. So click on color, change the color of the background to whatever color that you like. They are default colors, or you can also add a color, right? You can pick a color from here, or you can add a color to the design. And the color that you choose will be displayed here. So let's go back. You can make it transparent. If, for example, if you're creating a PNG file or you want to save your design in a PNG format, all you have to do is click on transparent and it automatically turns into a PNG file. If you want to change the size of the design, let's say 1580. Okay, see, so it's now, let's change the color so you can see better. It's now longer. It's no longer a square canvas. The canvas is now longer. So you can also crop it when you import an image. You can import an image from either the default images here. There's some default images that come with the app. You can use this, you can use this, whatever you like. You can import an image from the gallery, right? And then you can also take a picture from your camera. So to the last one on this part, which is here. So this is for anything effect. It will work better when you import an image into the background. So this affects the background only. Most of the time it affects only the background, or when you finish a design and for example you add vignette, it affects the design as well, just a little bit. You can manipulate this anyhow you like, just to make the design better. You can add noise, you can add stripes, but all this is in moderation, right? Just be moderate about it. You can increase the brightness of the background. This is mostly for the design after you're done with it, and the background, it's not showing because the color is white. Let's change the color to, let's say, pink now, and then go back and work on the brightness. See how it works, right? So you can work on the contrast, the hue, but I rarely see anybody use this part, right? But it's there. It's glad that you know it's there. So that's all about this bottom part of PixelLab. So moving on to the topmost part. So in the topmost parts, the first thing that you see is a plus icon, right? And if you click on the plus icon, you'd see that you can add a text, you can add the current date, you can add a sticker, you can add shapes, you can add from gallery, you can also draw. So you can also save your design. You can save as projects, which saves the PLP file in the app, or you can save as image, which saves the design into your gallery. So if you click save as image now, you can save with JPG or PNG, and you can also change the dimensions, right? To ultra, very high, so you can save it to gallery, or you can share directly to any of these platforms listed here: Instagram, WhatsApp, as a Gmail, etc. So you can also share. This is the same thing as the save, right? Just that this part you don't have the option to save as a project. You're just saving straight to your gallery. So there are also quotes, right? There are quotes in the app that you can use in English or French, and there are different formats for motivation, success, friendship, happiness, inspiration, positivity, absurd. So you can check for any quote that inspires you. For example, if you want to use a quote for a design, let's say if you want to succeed, you should strike out a new path rather than travel the world. So if you click on it, it comes into the design directly as a text, so you won't have to edit it again, or you won't have to write. So that's how it works. So I did that for you to notice this particular part. This is like an interface, right? So in this text, you have the option to either edit it with that pencil icon or delete it with this bin icon. So if you delete it, you can delete it from here or edit it from here. Icon. There are also some things that you can use as well. You can use an image from gallery. You can put the design that you're creating in full screen. You can use image from camera. You can export the image. You can change the image size. There are also tutorials. You can remove ads, recover, autosave, open a PLP file. A PLP file is basically a PixelLab file that you can import into your phone and edit. That's about it. This arrow sign takes you back to the previous action. Right? So if you click back, the text that we just deleted comes back into the canvas. So whatever you do, if you want to undo it, you can click on the arrow and the previous action will be restored. So this zoom, if you're creating a tiny icon or if you're creating something that you have to zoom in, this comes into play. So you can use your fingers to zoom in to the canvas. You can use your fingers to zoom into the canvas and zoom out. There are also grid lines. You can edit the grid lines however you want. Add more lines, add more guides. Let's say 5, 9. See, you can add more lines into the grid lines. And then this layer shows every action or every element that you place into the design. For example, let's bring back that man. Once you import him, you would see that he is in the layer option. He is seen there, right? So you can take him to back. Taking him to back means that this text would be in front of him. Taking him to front means that he would be in front of the text. That's basically it. It's as simple as that. So that's it for everything in the PixelLab interface. In subsequent videos, we'll be touching more and more in-depth topics in design and in the PixelLab software. If you watched to the end, thank you so much. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!